Hello YouTube, this is Boba7772, and today I'm here to show you my review on the Boba Fett Rise of Boba Fett Ultimate Battle Pack. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, as you can see, this pack included 2 vehicles and 5 figures, 2 of which were already released, the Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker. Mace Windu's droid, which I am not sure of the name, is just a repaint of R2-D2, R3-S6, and R4-17. They're just all repaints of each other, only this one's a bit more shiny. The Boba Fett is not the same sculpt as he is on the loose figure. Mace Windu Starfighter is just a repaint of Anakin's, Ahsoka's, and Obi-Wan's. And then Slave 1, Boba Fett, and Bosk are all new sculpts. First of all, I will start out reviewing the figures with articulation and my thoughts, and then I will get to the vehicles. I will do the first 2 that have already came out first. Master Windu. Articulation for this figure is ball-jointed head that rotates around 360 degrees. Shoulders rotate around 360 degrees and go out. Elbows rotate around 360 degrees and go down. And hands rotate around 360 degrees. Waist rotates around 360 degrees, but kind of clicks because he has that action thing, like, this is the original Mace Windu that's come out. And then his legs can go backwards and forward, and that's pretty much it for him. What I think about this figure, he's a cool figure. I wish that they would have given us a new Mace Windu, but he's fine. I just keep that Mace Windu in the Starfighter. Next, I will review Anakin Skywalker. Articulation for this is a space Anakin. Articulation for this figure is ball-jointed head that rotates around 360 degrees. Shoulders rotate around 360 degrees and move out. Elbows rotate around 360 degrees and go down. A little bit past the elbow, his glove, where it starts, rotates around 360 degrees. Waist rotates around 360 degrees. Legs go forward and backwards. Knees bend backwards. Feet rotate around 360 degrees. So, yeah, this is a pretty nice figure. I'm kind of glad that we got another one of him. I keep him, or actually I don't keep him in the Anakin Starfighter, but the Mace Windu figure I do keep there. Next, the repaint. This droid. Articulation is, head rotates around 360 degrees. Legs rotate around 360 degrees. The feet, go like this. The back opens and a string comes out like the thing R2 uses to grab 3PO's head in Episode 2. And then these 2 things on the droid can open, which, to me, I think that the droid can both grab and shock stuff with this one, and then can grab stuff with this one. But if you play with it, I guess this is what he grabs stuff with in stop motions. So yeah, very nice figure. I think it's a little bit too neat. It looks like it does not have, it's just too shiny. That's pretty much it. Okay, next figure is Bosk. Articulation is, head rotates around 360 degrees, not ball jointed. It is not ball jointed. Shoulders rotate around 360 degrees and go out. Elbows rotate around 360 degrees and go down. The kind of where his arm actually starts from the cloth rotates around 360 degrees. Waist rotates around 360 degrees, and I believe it is ball jointed. He can move his legs backward and forward, only I said that wrong. Knees rotate back and rotate around 360 degrees. And last but not least, feet rotate around 360 degrees and go down into falling position. Once again, all new sculpt. I will give my opinion of these figures after I've reviewed the last one. Alright. Next is Boba Fett. My favorite from this pack. Obviously. ball jointed head that rotates around 360 degrees, shoulders rotate around 360 degrees and move out, elbows rotate around 360 degrees and move down, hands rotate around 360 degrees. His waist rotates around 360 degrees. His legs go forward and backward. They don't go forward that well because the cloth is kind of preventing it, but he can still sit down. Knees rotate backward, or they bend back, and they rotate around 360 degrees. And feet, feet rotate around 360 degrees. Okay, now I will give my opinion on all these figures. Mace Windu, it's alright. Once we got the new Mace Windu, I think this one was kind of like, so that may not be why, that's why I probably don't think so high of him, but I just keep him in the Starfighter anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Anakin is just, you know, another Anakin, but you can always do with another Anakin. Anakin is awesome. So Mace Windu would get like a 3 out of 5 for lack of articulation, and we've seen him multiple places before, multiple packs. Anakin would get probably a 4 out of 5. We've seen him before, and but he's still pretty good. It's a good figure. But it is from the one where he goes into space. The droid, I forgot its name, Mace Windu's droid. I like it. If it was like R2-D2, I would give 5 out of 5, you know. This one, I would probably give 4 out of 5 because it's a bit too, like, shiny. It looks like they made him too shiny, which I don't know if it's their fault or the episode, but that's just how he is. Bosk is probably the worst Clone Wars figure they've made, and I really like this character. I'm just really disappointed with the figure. His waist comes off way too easily, and if you don't know what I mean by that, it's ball jointed, and if I put him in my bins where I keep a lot of my figures, it'll come off. Whenever I was looking for him a minute ago, I found his legs, and then I found him, so it was just awful. But other than that, it's pretty good, except for the it doesn't have a ball jointed head, which is kind of upsetting. So probably a 3 out of 5, I don't know, maybe 2 out of 5. Now, the Boba Fett, I think, is great. I would give it a 5 out of 5. I don't see any flaws. If you wanted to sit down, he just can't, like, sit down on his own, but if you put him in the Slave 1, he doesn't really need to sit down. And if you really want him to, he can sit, but that's pretty much his only flaw, which isn't that big of a deal. The sculpt is great. His head looks great. I just love that figure. It's awesome. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for Boba. That's all for my figure reviews. Now we'll move on to Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter. The articulation, I guess you could call it for this, it comes into 2 parts. I'll do this part first. This is like a little cannon that you can take in and out of the Starfighter, and then you can shoot this little button and it'll fire a little missile. It can also help it stand. These, it's like that whenever you put it in the Starfighter, but then when it separates, it's like this. Here's the place for the droid. And that's pretty much all for this one. For this one, it's supposed to have 2 missiles that can fire out of here. I just don't have them right now. I lost them. The cockpit opens, and that's about all for this one. Now I will put Master Windu in it, and show you what it looks like with Master Windu and his droid, and then I will take his droid out, so that, because I don't keep the droid in there. Okay. It's pretty nice looking. Then, you know, if you separate it, it's like, here's the droid, here's Mace Windu, and then you can put it back easily. It's just like, so yeah, that is simple enough. Okay, last but not least, my favorite thing from this pack would be the Boba Fett ship Slave 1. which I will now show you. Okay, first of all, I'll show you, like, all the moving parts, and then I'll show you all the awesome features and everything else. Okay, well, they're pretty much all the same, so, okay. Cannons can rotate around 360 degrees. Really nice. You can open this window on it and put the figures in. Now, you may notice how it stays like this. Well, the way... Let me take this off. The wing fell off. 1 second. The way... okay, the wing does not stay on that well. That's another flaw. If these come off, they are a bit difficult to get back on. But, you know, it's Slave One. The best ship ever. Okay. As you can see, it locks like that. But if you push the wings, as so, like this, you'll hear that noise, and then it'll do that. So, that's a pretty cool feature. Another thing, I don't know what this is added for, maybe to put a carbonite guy in. We saw one in the Season 3 trailer that just came out, so maybe they're going to come out with one of those. I'm not exactly sure who it is, and if we put it in there, that'd be pretty neat. Aside from that, we have this that opens, and like a little thing you can put in there, and on the box it showed Commander Pond's coming out. He died and everything in the episode. So it showed him coming out like... It really didn't make much sense to me. And they open it in space, and you can see that little hatch, that little window thing. So you'd think they couldn't breathe. Another thing that is pretty cool is like this little bridge, I guess. I guess that could be a little hideout. I'm not exactly sure what this is. It has a lot of features that it just, you know, confuses me. And, last but not least, the best part, in my opinion, the little room where they can all hang out and talk, Oscar, Boba. Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can see some stickers inside, which I put on, that came with the pack. Pegs for the feet, the little window thing, and then you can see where they sit, you know, from right here, you can kind of see in it, except for it's a little bit too dark. But yeah, this is awesome. This is my favorite Clone Wars vehicle to come out so far, even though it does have its flaws, and the ATT is a really close second, but Slave One's just always been my favorite. So now I will show you what Slave One looks like with Bosk in it, piloting. Okay, in these little things, it has these things to hold the figures, 3 of them, which can fit here. So, you can fit 3 people in there. I'm guessing that they're thinking Aora, Boba, and Bosk. Let me put Bosk in the pilot. No, I'll put Boba in. It may be a bit easier, plus, I mean, it's Boba's ship, so he deserves it. Okay, as you can see, Boba is taller now. No, it's the clip things that I showed you, obviously. Anyway, he is piloting a ship, which is pretty cool. You know, the kid piloting his own ship. That's not original at all. I mean, that's original. I'm not good with making jokes. Just ignore my lame jokes. Or awesome, whatever you prefer to think. Okay, now you can see this part. Let's just put Boba here real fast. Hey, look, I'm Boba. I'm standing in this little area where we hang out. And then it could fly down like... Okay, jump in. That's the end. Good job for stop motion. Aora and Bosk are like shooting at everyone. Hey, jump in! Or Boba's jetpacks in or something. I don't know, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I really love this pack. It's great. It's approximately $100 at Toys R Us. If you are lucky, you can find it for cheaper, like possibly $80. But I really like this pack. For the Mace Windu figure, I would give a 3 out of 5. Anakin Skywalker, I would give a 4 out of 5. The R unit, I would give a 4 out of 5. Bosk, I would give a 2 out of 5. Boba, I would give a 5 out of 5. Mace Windu Starfighter, I would give a 4 out of 5. And Slave 1, I would give a 4.5 out of 5. Because it doesn't really have that bad. It doesn't, like, have any flaws with it. It's just, I think they added too much. So that's about it for my review. Thank you for watching my Boba Fett Ultimate Battle Pack review, and I do highly recommend getting this. Also, the single pack Boba Fett, because he's like, that one's way better. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you. Comment, rate, subscribe, tell your friends, do all that stuff, please. Thumbs up, and subscribe, and yeah. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you. Bye.